I may get unfollowed for making this video, and I'm fully at peace with it, because for those who have seen videos from me like this before will know or remember that I'm not an atypical goth. I'm not fully left-wing like many of them are today. I'm somewhere in the middle, so I'm not fully left, I'm not fully right. So I'm going to come at this video as factually as possible, but also hopefully provide a warning for future reactions on what I'm going to be talking about. To put it as briefly as possible so I don't end up waffling, I'm seeing a lot of people react to the decision of the Secretary of State's response to the Palestinian Action, and it's not the first case against the organisation. They've been in trouble before because they've done this a few times before, where they've infiltrated a military base. And the reactions I'm seeing is that they're saying it's injustice, it's against human rights about what they're doing. And having read the PDF form of the decision, everything that the justice system has done, they have acted correctly and accordingly to the situation. And I'm not saying I'm an expert in the law. It's a hobby of mine to dig into laws and acts and stuff, purely for research. But what they've done isn't against the law. They haven't breached any human rights at all, because technically, when you have a founder of an organisation such as Palestinian Action say, I paraphrase this, but from her declassified website, she has stated she has risked prison to do what she's doing. Therefore, if you add to the further cases of her and the organisation breaching secure military bases, such as what happened a couple of weeks ago, and apply that to every single case, she and the organisation are fully complicit with what they're doing. They are fully complicit to the knowledge that they are breaking the laws. And I can name 2 acts that they've broken: the Terrorist Act of 2000 and the Criminal Laws Act of 1967, purely on the basis of break and entry, so they trespass, and they've tampered with technology and electrical systems to breach the base. And on top of that, and this is where I'm also seeing people saying these cases should be dealt on an individual basis. The whole organisation is complicit to what she and the few individuals have done over the last 4 or 5 years. They have all been involved. Therefore, they are rightly going to be charged with accessory to the crime and misprision of felony, because though there may have been a few that may be a little bit iffy about the whole thing, by their refusal to go into the authorities, they have made their position very, very clear. And that is, they are in agreement to what Huda Amori has done and what she's going to be doing in the future. And now they're going to be labelled as a terrorist organisation. She and the organisation are going to carry forward doing what they're doing, fully well knowing they are being called a terrorist organisation. So if I have to give any advice at all, when you have an organisation clearly state, I will risk prison for the cause, don't protect them, don't body coddle them, don't wrap them up in cotton wool. They are fully aware of what they're doing, and they are fully content on breaking more laws to ensure that the cause that they are fighting is won. By trying to claim something in the falsehood that they will leave them alone, these type of organisations, whether they are really a terrorist organisation or not, or just performing terrorist acts without being a terrorist organisation, they will continue to break these laws, to commit these acts, because that is the way that they see of winning the cause, breaking the system down. So there is literally no point in accusing the justice system of being inhumane, about breaching their right to protest or anything, because nowhere does it state that they can't stop anybody from protesting. You could literally start a protest right now, and I may not agree with what you're protesting against, but you have every right to protest. You have every right to say, I don't like this, and go out and protest. Thing is, and I'm going to continue to use Palestinian Action as an example, they had every opportunity to avoid breaking the law. They could have protested outside the military base at a safe distance so they weren't seen as a threat, which a lot of peaceful protesters do. They literally go outside the organisation they're protesting, whether it's a political building, library, anything. They will be at a safe distance to protest and still push their cause forward. But this organisation, and many like it, and many have gone as far as unaliving themselves to fight against Israel, against Israel's fight against Palestine. And I'm not going to go into my personal opinion about it. This is not the point. But this organisation could have avoided breaking the law. The very fact that they haven't avoided the possibility of breaking a law, or breaking the laws within an act, an umbrella act that protects these laws, they don't need protecting, they don't need coddling. They are fully aware of what they're doing, and they will continue to do this. So people who are up in arms about how the UK justice system is doing this needs to step down and just leave the situation alone, because you are fighting the wrong corner. You are fighting something that is not going to change, and you're going to watch the organisation grow and grow and grow and continue to be dragged down by the justice system, because they're still breaking these laws, because that's what the organisation wants to do. And no matter how many times that people try and say the justice system is wrong, they should be leaving alone, they won't leave them alone, and they don't want to be left alone. The organisation is making a point, is making a stand, and wants the attention, wants the justice system to throw them away behind bars to make them a martyr, so the cause gets pushed forward, so the cause gets spread, and have the cause grow. That is how it works. So I would just personally just step away from it and fight a cause that you know is safe.